Good evening, Tiffin. Tonight we have exclusive information on a recent plane hijacking.
Also tonight, a popular company is in a legal battle. Find out with whom and why.
Coming up, find out why a hotel is paying out thousands of dollars.
Later tonight, WHEI will give you a way to make money next weekend.
Don't touch that remote.
WHEI News Center 10, live at 5, starts now.
Good evening, Tiffin, and welcome to WHEI News Center 10, live at 5, for Wednesday, April 29th, 2015. I'm Ben Stevens.
And I'm Jeff Helms. Let's get to our first story of the night.
Farah El Debani, was taken by surprise Tuesday when her Egypt Air flight was taking too long to get from Alexandria to Cairo. The plane was headed out over the Mediterranean Sea, which is not the most direct way. Then crew members began taking passengers' passports. A confused El Debani asked one of the cabin crew why they were going over the sea. Panicked cabin crew told passengers, quote, "We are hijacked. We're being hijacked." That was all the cabin crew said to passengers. El Debani's flight had been hijacked by a man who officials described as unstable after he held the passengers and crew hostage with a fake explosive belt, forcing the plane to divert to Cyprus. The diversion was apparently over issues involving his ex-wife, who lives in Cyprus. The incident ended relatively peacefully Tuesday when the plane's crew and passengers left the aircraft and authorities took the hijacker into custody.
The U.S. Department of Justice will disclose over the next 2 weeks whether it will continue to compel Apple Incorporated to help access an iPhone in a Brooklyn drug case. The legal dispute between the U.S. government and Apple has been a high-profile test of whether law enforcement should have access to encrypted phone data. Apple says that anything that helps authorities bypass security features will undermine security for all users. Government officials say that all kinds of criminal investigations will be crippled without access to phone data. A federal bailiff in Brooklyn last month ruled that he did not have the authority to order Apple to disable the security of an iPhone seized during a drug investigation, although the Justice Department disclosed a new technique to the judge one day after the demonstration. The success of the technique was disclosed on Monday, though it did not reveal how its solution works. Prosecutors said Tuesday that no criminal charges will be filed in connection with the deadly collapse of an apartment balcony in Berkeley last year, in which 6 college students were killed. An investigation showed dry rot caused the balcony to give way during a birthday party in June, and the building's maintenance and construction crews likely bore some responsibility. But there was not enough evidence to prove reckless disregard for human life that would be needed for a charge of criminal manslaughter. 13 people were crowded onto the balcony when it ripped away and spilled everyone 40 feet to the street. Lawsuits were filed last year on behalf of 7 survivors and the families of 5 students who died.
An Illinois inn that refused to allow a same-sex couple hold their civil union ceremony on their property was fined more than $80,000. An administrative law judge with a commission ordered Timber Creek Bed and Breakfast to pay $15,000 each to Todd and Mark Walden for emotional distress. The Waldens had contacted Timber Creek in 2011 as they looked for possible locations for the ceremony. Timber Creek owner Jim Walter has responded to the Waltons' inquiry with an email that said, quote, "Homosexuality is immoral and unnatural. Timber Creek must also pay $50,000 in attorney fees and over $1,000 in costs." That wraps up our local news segment for the day.
But don't go anywhere, because on the other side of the break, we will share with you how to make money on campus.
GI TV 10.
Student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
This is the ocean, and this is Kipper. Kipper doesn't live in the ocean, but if she did, this is likely what would happen. This is Sparky, and this is habitat destruction. Boozer doesn't like it, neither does Fluffy. We wouldn't let this happen to Kipper, Sparky, Boozer, or Fluffy. In the oceans, it's worse. Lacking opposable thumbs, Kipper can't take action, but you can. Visit BeringSeaCanyons.org.
In the heart of Heidelberg's campus lies the Fireside Cafe and Pub, featuring a relaxing and engaging space welcome to the public. Fireside's menu includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, desserts, and even a soothing latte or coffee, offering a wide selection of exciting new and wholesome food options. Fireside Cafe Pub also serves a variety of refreshing drinks to accompany its cozy atmosphere. Come experience Fireside's new fall menu and visit us on Instagram at Berg Dining Services.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/conservation.
Welcome back to News Center 10, live at 5.
Let's get started on our Heidelberg's campus news segment. You know what time it is. It's time for your daily Greek Week update. Last night, the Greeks gathered for a nail-biting game and craft night. There was a competition to discover which groups could make the most Greek unity paddles, with the daily hashtag #BergGreekUnity. The point of the unity paddles is clear. Sarah Zellner is a sophomore Greek member, mentions how great Greek Week has been so far, how exciting it is to see all of the Greeks bonding, and how much she is looking forward to the rest of the week.
To Greek Week, I'm so excited. This week has been great already, and it's only the second day. All the Greeks are together, painting lots of paddles together, and I'm just so excited for the rest of the week.
Today's hashtag is Greekburg Pride, with a riveting trivia night in Herbster Chapel at 7 p.m. WHEI will be there to show you all of the highlights. If you have any questions about Greek Week, contact Laura Beta at lbayda@heidelberg.edu.
Want a way to make more money? Tiffin in Heidelberg has a thing just for you. April 9th from 10 to 2 in the Tiffin downtown green space, they are holding a yard sale. If there is rain, it will be moved to Cyberlane Gymnasium. It is $10 for people to rent a table. You are able to have as many people as you want at a table, but if you have many things, you should consider getting 2 tables. Anything you sell, you keep the money. Megan Honecker, a senior, talks about the event and the perks of keeping the money you earn.
The yard sale is happening on Saturday, April 9th, which is just in 2 weeks. And if you rent a table for $10, you can sell anything you want and you keep all the money you make.
The money from renting tables is going toward cost of other tables and chairs, and any money left over is being donated to a local charity. If you have any questions or want to sign up for a table, contact Megan Honecker at mhonake2@heidelberg.edu.
If you ever wanted to give back as well as give blood, the Euglosian Society has the event for you. This Thursday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the is the Youth's Dignity Drive in Great Hall. This doubles as a blood drive and a way to give back to the community. If you are unable to give blood, you can donate feminine products to be donated to a local homeless shelter. Bailey Maven, a member of the Euglosian Society, says the best part about the Dignity Drive is that you do not have to donate blood, and anyone can help.
The best part about the Dignity Drive is that you don't necessarily have to give blood, and it's just another way to help out.
If you would like to volunteer, or if you have any questions, you can contact Amber Williams at awilla3@heidelberg.edu. So, are you donating blood tomorrow?
Maybe. I have football, so I don't know if I can.
Oh, okay.
But donating blood is a good cause. It really helps out a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's all we have for Berks Campus News today. We'll introduce you to an artist that uses an interesting medium.
News Center 10, live at 5. We'll be right back.
WHEI TV 10, let's go!
Student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
When depression meets hope, everything can change. Help someone who's struggling by supporting the National Alliance on Mental Illness and be a part of the NAMI effect. Hope starts with you.
We got adopted.
Over the years, I came to know the full story of what really happened. She had us when she was 17.
The way she saw things going, it wasn't a good environment to raise a kid. The fact that she did that just shows how strong of a woman my mother is, and I thank her each and every day for it. I wouldn't be the person who I am today, and I like the person I am today. I knew I was loved and I was part of a family, so that was what's important to me. I'm Christoph.
And I'm Christopher.
And our mom chose adoption.
Hello, and welcome to our Social Spotlight segment. Let's check out what's trending today in the world of social media. YouTube stars Grace Helbig and Hannah Hart's long-awaited trailer for Electra Woman and Dyna Girl is finally here. The upcoming movie stars Grace as Electra Woman and Hannah as her partner, Dyna Girl, two small-time superheroes taking down criminals in middle-of-nowhere Ohio. Electra Woman and Dyna Girl is a reboot of a 1970s TV series which intentionally spoofed the classic Batman and Robin series. This long-awaited movie is set to premiere in theaters June 7th. Artist and director Barack Hardley has been creating weirdly amazing creations every Easter for several years. His creations? Well, he paints celebrity faces on Easter eggs every year. What first started as a drunken mishap has sprouted out of control from there. His egg collection now includes Dolly Parton, Stevie Wonder, Mr. T, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Professor Snape. He starts planning his latest egg painting project around Christmas, and the painting itself takes him a good month. Harley says, quote, "I think I did 60 or so last year, so I'm shooting for 75 this year," unquote. We look forward to his new creations. That's all we have for our Social Spotlight segment. Now let's send it back to Ben and Jeff at the desk.
Thanks, Henry. So, there's a guy out there that makes Easter eggs paints Easter eggs as people.
That takes a lot of creativity and a lot of time.
Yeah, a lot of time. It's time to throw it over to Henry to take a look at today's top sports stories.
The Syracuse Fighting Orange and the Virginia Cavaliers had an epic battle to reach the Final Four. Syracuse has taken the role of the underdog and are upsetting teams left and right. Let us take a look at how the game went. Syracuse started off quick with a steal to go up 2-0 within the first 2 minutes. But as the game continued, the Fighting Orange showed resiliency, scrambling with the ball, eventually getting it out to the wing for a missed three. But however, they would get the rebound for the slam. The Cavaliers then went on an 8-0 run because of passing just like this. The first half slowly slipped away from the Fighting Orange, however. With plays like this, though, they managed to stay competitive. I mean, who says you need a shoe to play and shoot the ball well? After getting a large lead in the second half, the Cavaliers let the Orange back in. This bucket made it a one-point game, allowing for the crowd and the intensity to go up immensely. The Orange would then get this board to ensure their entrance into the Final Four. The Fighting Orange certainly have shown they won a championship, and we will see them back in action this weekend versus North Carolina as they fight for a chance in the national championship. Up next, the stage was set for North Carolina and Notre Dame to duke it out for the Final Four. Although it was a pretty lopsided affair, March always delivers good basketball games. So let's take a look and see how this game went as well. Notre Dame started off strong by attacking the boards and attacking the rim on drives as seen by this layup. The and-one here shows the physicality that both of these teams played with as well. The first half was kept close by Notre Dame, but North Carolina was attacking and making plays like this one. As the game neared its end, North Carolina was able to make heads-up plays and capitalize on the Fighting Irish's mistakes. North Carolina took care of business 88-74, and the Tar Heels will go on to play the underdogs, the Syracuse Fighting Orange. Look to watch them this weekend as they compete to play in the national championship game. In the NBA, the Indiana Pacers and the Chicago Bulls faced off last night in an epic Eastern Conference matchup. Paul George, Jimmy Butler, and Derrick Rose all played well, giving coaches and audiences alike their money's worth. Let's jump straight to the fourth quarter where things got interesting. As you can see here, Paul George and Derrick Rose hugging it out before the game, but as you can see here, the Bulls used great ball movement to get the open three. But the Pacers used their strength inside to get easy buckets. It was a back-and-forth game that went right down to the wire. The Bulls were using great ball movement to get open looks behind the three-point line. But as the final seconds ticked off, Jimmy Butler did Jordan-esque things and knocked down the game winner with 3.7 seconds left on the clock. The Bulls won 98-96, getting them one game closer to that coveted 8th spot to get into the playoffs. The Bulls will be back in action Thursday to take on the Houston Rockets. Also, the Heidelberg baseball team was ranked 12th in the nation at the start of the season. However, a few miscues early in the season has them stepping back and focusing more on the fundamentals. Right now, Heidelberg baseball is 9-10 on the season and 1-1 in conference play. They are currently 1-0 at home and will look to continue their strong play in front of the Heidelberg faithful. Currently, they are on a 3-game winning streak as well. After a strong preseason ranking, Berg baseball will look to get back in the game, shake off the rust, and end the season strong. There are plenty of games left in the season for the team to get back to the basics and get back to their winning ways. Also, I was able to catch up with sophomore Zach Cleaver, who was able to give me a little insight to the team.
Florida, we came back, and like I said, we were 4-1, so we're starting to put things together and be better as a team.
You heard it from Zach Cleaver himself. Do your best to go out and support your favorite Berg baseball team. They resume play today at Adrian at 4 o'clock. That's all we have for sports. Let's send it back to Jeff and Ben at the news desk.
Thanks, Henry. Yeah, it's good to hear about the baseball team. Hopefully they pull out a win today against Adrian.
Yeah, I really hope so. I hope they can, get back to their winning ways and, start winning again. That'd be great.
Definitely.
When we return, find out what a presidential candidate is willing to disclose for your vote.
Student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
I thought everything would go back to how it used to be. But that wasn't realistic for him, or our family. Make the Connection helped me realize that we are not alone. Other families are dealing with similar challenges and working toward the right solutions together. Visit maketheconnection.net to see stories like ours and learn how your family can start the journey toward recovery today.
When depression meets hope, everything can change. Help someone who's struggling by supporting the National Alliance on Mental Illness and be a part of the NAMI effect. Hope starts with you.
Now it's time to get to our final story of the evening. As the presidential campaign heats up, Clinton stopped by Jimmy Kimmel Live Thursday night to discuss a variety of things, including UFOs. Although the topic wasn't expected to come up, it couldn't have been much of a surprise, given Kimmel has asked both President Barack Obama and former President Bill Clinton about it before.
Earlier this month, Clinton's campaign chairman, John Podesta, told Class TV in Las Vegas that he had convinced Hillary to declassify UFO files if she becomes president. And in late December 2015, while on a campaign stop in New Hampshire, the former First Lady Secretary of State told a reporter she was going to, quote, get to the bottom of the UFO issue.
So far, not a peep about UFOs from Donald Trump. Maybe he'll try to build a wall in space to keep them out. Wow. Thank you for watching WHEI News Center 10 Live at 5. Our program tonight was produced and presented by the Department of Communication and Media from inside the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Thanks for joining us for tonight's program. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for our next broadcast.
I'm Ben Stevens.
And I'm Jeff Helms.
And for Henry and all the WHEI production crew, we'll see you next time.